The road is so far. I've helped so many people. I've warned people about Sonamy, but now I must move forward to new horizons where I can find success, where I can be happy. But what'll make me happy? There's a start for everyone in this world, and I think that I found mine. So no warm-up, going into this completely with, I guess one take. I watched a lot of YouTubers over the past few years, and especially some during quarantine, that made things a lot easier. Or more specifically, around the time that schools closed. I've mentioned before on this channel that I am a senior in high school, going on to be a college student, but I've never mentioned that there were a lot of creators that really did help me during those bad times. So much so that I actually somehow managed to be friends on Discord with one of these creators and sent an extensive message about how much they meant to me, which, looking back on it, I don't feel too proud of. But I did want to make a small tribute video talking about this creator because I have watched their content shift and change, and they're the reason that I'm using Filmora 11 right now, because they gave me an ad for Filmora 9 in a video that I just so happened to watch years ago. So despite my cringy, stupid skit at the beginning, I wanted to give a short and kind of basic review of Dumbsville. Starting out with the channel name coming from a little Lego skit series that not a lot of documented information is available, Dumbsville was the channel that I just fell in love with around quarantine. This man uses a little Lego Obi-Wan Kenobi sprite thing to talk, and he made a lot of videos around the Sonic fanbase. Particularly around that time, I watched another YouTuber by the name of Dylan Thomas, which, if you know anything about Dylan Thomas or that circle of people that covered Chris Chan and other things like that, you know that his situation didn't end very well. But that's not something I'm going to talk about, but I did want to mention that he made a video on True Love Heart 94, which is a figure in the Sonic community that I'm not going to bash because I don't like bashing people, and I know that Dumbsville doesn't want to do Sonic content anymore, and I think bringing tons of light to that in this video is not something that I should do. I've already called enough attention to it as it is. But it's these videos and those videos that got me interested in his editing style and his format and just overall the humor that he had. And this humor, alongside other YouTubers like Call Me Carson or Rogue Internet Man, these people would all shape my humor over the years and have helped me grow and generally just have a more mature outlook on the internet. It's the analysis of locales that I see that makes me go, oh, I probably shouldn't upload this, or I shouldn't act like this. And it's because people are guided by the internet that you see people make these dumb decisions, or you see prank YouTubers that just border the lines of harassment. And it's other YouTubers and content creators that make simple things just calling out people for being dumb that accidentally make a really good stance on issues that are very real and need tackling. Of course, I'm not saying that, oh, these YouTubers I enjoyed were my parents or helped me guide my life. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying that this content was positive, and I can look back on this and say, I'm glad I absorbed this. Maybe not Dylan Thomas, but I'm glad that I absorbed most of what I watched. And it's content creators like Dumbsville specifically that lead me to talk about how criticism on the internet can be something that isn't overly negative or cynical and doesn't absolutely dig into content creators but can still give constructive criticism. He has a somewhat remnant of the edgy humor that used to populate the early 2010s YouTube era, and overall isn't too rude about it. I would say that in a lot of old content he was a lot sharper, but I would say that's also down to a lot of the reason that you don't see some of that content. Particularly the reason I called out in the beginning little skit, Alpha and Omega, that was the video that broke over 1 million views and has still to this day seemed to perform very well. And that video was the new proper stance in the film criticism format. I mean, the plush even says Doug Walker moment on the mug. It's It replaced the most, the staple, the pinnacle trademark of the Dumbsville brand. It had to be good. And another YouTuber that I unironically at one point did watch was Doug Walker and a lot of his videos. A Nostalgia Critic also formed a lot of my early senses of humor and views on movies. So when Dumbsville switched to this format, it was like he rejuvenated this amazing format that I hadn't seen in a long time. And overall, it still has that campy feel of one person talking about a subject. And the editing just kept getting better and better. And I guess the main reason I'm making this video is to properly pay a tribute to this content creator and just say, I would say thank you, but that's too personal. This person's cool. I'm obviously directing tons of traffic over there, I'm not, but I am saying that this content creator is amazing, and this is definitely someone you should go check out. Alright, that kind of sums it up. I think this will definitely be not the only one of these I do. I plan to make multiple videos talking about certain creators that have shaped and made this platform better and have overall impacted me and inspired me to make content myself. So subscribe to Dumbsville, maybe subscribe to me, but that's about it. See ya.